On today's Swenk Today, we're going to talk about should you offer a guarantee to your clients and being paid on performance? What is the biggest mistake the agencies are making on their website? Why PR agencies are making a huge mistake when they call what they do PR? And what kind of camera equipment do you need or that I use to make your videos better? Happy Tuesday! One of the things I started doing a little bit different that you might be seeing is I'm starting to separate my YouTube channel from my personal, like, you know, when I go on trips and stuff like that, I wanted to create a place where you could see kind of what that's like. But I also didn't want to distract the people that just want to get the advice. Now, if you do want to see any of that and some of my old racing days, go to youtube.com/jswenk. That is my personal account. That's where I started moving over a lot of the travel vlog stuff that was originally on this channel. So I didn't want to confuse you. And if you're doing that and you're starting to create videos, make sure you probably separate the business and personal. I just started thinking about it. I was like, I should probably do that. Today, got a couple meetings I'll take you along with, podcast interview. Go ahead and get into some Q&A. So Daniel asked, what do you think about offering a guarantee to clients when it comes to performance satisfaction? Is that crazy? It depends, Daniel. It really depends. If you can control everything, then it's not crazy and you know you can deliver value, then you should do it. You can actually make more money. But here's where you get into trouble, is if you're guaranteeing revenue, but then the lead actually touches a salesperson that you don't control, you could be in trouble, because what I've seen a lot happen is people don't respond. Where it works is if you can control and say, Mr. Client, let's say you're a lead generation agency, and you have the client determine what a lead is actually worth and what they'll pay for it. And then anything under that you get, right, on a performance basis, or you guys agree ahead of time saying for every lead I generate you, which is an email address, regardless, it's $100 that you pay us. If you agree on that, then I would say you could be paid on performance. Now, if it's not a lead thing, and it's maybe going to an e-commerce shopping cart, that would work because you can control everything as long as the shopping cart works. Or even if they just wanted to get more eyeballs, right? Like Gary Vaynerchuk says, eyeballs are monetizable. So what you'll want to do is you'll determine, hey, how much traffic, how much is 1,000 impressions to your website? And then what you can do is you can get paid on performance. All right, in this segment, I'm going to talk about the biggest mistake that most agencies make on their website. So obviously, the biggest thing you're missing on your website is an opt-in. Now, you mentioned your team is adding join my newsletter. Don't do that. No one wants to join your newsletter, right? No one wants to get more email. But what you need to do, like I'm looking at your website and you have case studies. Right? But you're positioning the case studies in the wrong way. Like you're just showing their logo, which I could care less. But if you said, do you want to know how we took Expedia from nothing to a media frenzy? And then you put an opt-in to that, like literally people would be like, yeah, like they have brand recognition, right? So you have instant credibility, and then you're showing them a result that they want, right? And then you'll start attracting better people. And this is a concept, what I'm about to show you is called milestone marketing. And the first milestone is to get the email address, right? So this is the lead, okay? And then our whole job is to turn that lead into an opportunity. An opportunity is a conversation. So if you think about like the end result, now most of the time agencies just want like a phone conversation. But what if you could do it as like an application where someone applies? So you're only chatting with the perfect prospect, so it's not wasting your time. Would that be good? But what we also want to do, what most people make the mistake out of, is they get someone to opt in, they send them the information right away, and they usually send like some BS ebook, right? But the problem is people are not going to engage with that ebook. If they're like me or most, we don't have time to read. Like literally, if you can create an opt-in that saves me time, then it's going to have a chance to win. On this next segment, I'm going to talk about why PR agencies are having trouble in growing and scaling. Like, I keep seeing a ton of PR agencies that I've worked with in the past or chatted with, they just segment themselves just to this small sector. Where when you look at it, like think of like when I started looking at some of your services that you did and you mentioned social and that kind of, and content creation, I'm like, well, what kind of content creation? Are you doing kind of like what a VaynerMedia does? Like, they are just dominating it, right? That's kind of how I see that your direction possibly might need to go about, you know, creating content for your clients, like following people around in the office with a camera, or creating rich media content, creating podcasts for them, creating videos, you know, all this kind of, rather than just writing blog posts. Because I don't think people trust blog posts anymore, if you really think about it. Because I'm a super dumb person when it comes to writing. And I hired people in the past, like at my agency, to write for me. And I just look at it and be like, yeah, thanks for making me look smart. So people can fake it. But when you get on video or a podcast, like, you can't fake it. So I get this question a lot. A lot of you ask me, what kind of a camera equipment do you need or that I actually use? And I think you'll be a little bit surprised. So for up until about 3 months ago, I used my iPhone and my iPad. That's it, right? So I just went to a DSLR, which is like a Canon T5, whatever. It's so hard to figure out. Like, most of the time I'm out of focus. But here's the deal about video. So when you do a video in a studio, I feel that people don't trust it as much because they know it was planned and staged. That's why almost all my videos now have me in my office with the background, right? You don't see that blue background, or God forbid, that ugly green background in like video, the first couple of videos, right? I was a hostage. Because then they don't trust it. They think it's staged.